haven't done a ton of talking about being from here because that's not really my main thing. I love being from around here, it's important to me, but sometimes I think that we spend so much time talking about being from around here, whether it's a great and romantic and wonderful thing that we love, or a terrible thing that makes us the worst place to live in the country, I don't know. Sometimes I think we spend so much time talking about being from here, whether we are, whether we aren't, that we don't focus on just being here. And that's kind of been the thing that I've been working on, being here. Specifically, like, getting stuff done. That's really important to me. I really like serving. I really like making a difference. One of my most powerful interactions when I first moved here was essentially getting hazed by a neighbor of mine who's a close friend. This person laid this conversational trap by asking, I had just moved in, if I was here to save everybody. And I knew what he was getting at, you know? A lot of people who do move here to save people, and that's, to my knowledge, pretty much been going on for over 100 years. And one thing that's fascinating to me is that some of these people who came here to save the people, the area, whatever, got accepted and are now loved. I mean, some of the anchor institutions in the area were founded by these outsiders who came in, and it's a really strange relationship. It's like they made enough of a difference that people could forgive them for being from somewhere else. And now, a generation or two later, the institutions they helped to create are pretty important in the regional community. But so it's really weird to me to be from around here, but to have people think that I'm not from around here, and then to want to be involved in community development, but not to want to, like, save this area, you know, not to assume that this place even needs saving, really. And I just feel like there's not really a box for that, if that makes any sense. You know, like, if there were a survey to living in Eastern Kentucky, that would not be an option. And that's one of the main reasons that I want to vlog. Because there are people living outside the boxes that we create for ourselves and for each other here in Eastern Kentucky and Central Appalachia, just like everywhere else in this country and in this world. And I was thinking about this just earlier today. How easy it is to produce a video all by myself in my free time, you know? It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I don't have to be some mega talented professional. I do this for fun, you know? What a world we live in. And I think that access is an important piece to hearing stories we haven't heard before. Blogging is a really good example. When it was just starting to get big, I remember a lot of people stressing out about the blogosphere, you know, what is it? And a lot of people, just like with Wikipedia, really tried hard to discount it, say that it's unresearched and therefore worthless information. But now look at the way that news has gone. Every now and then I'll see news stories that are basically just talking about tweets that people wrote. which blows my mind. The internet and its proliferation has changed a lot of things, really. I've been thinking a lot about that recently, too. Sorry for all the squinting, it's raining out here, in case you can't tell. I honestly think proliferation of the internet has changed the way we think about ourselves, most importantly. And I mean, that's really evident in the rise of neoliberalism. Not only are companies and brands people now under the law, but people are now companies and brands, you know? I have to market myself, my skills, in a way that I would argue is a little different than a generation ago. You know, every now and then you hear about people hating on the resume. We're expected to, I don't know, even our social media profiles and things are branded. It's really very interesting to me. But anyway, you know, research has shown that access to the internet increases reactionary behavior. Oh shit. We're both more likely to seek out the bubbles we've always lived in, and more likely to see information that challenges these bubbles, that makes us uncomfortable, that makes us think and question. And that's basically what I'm interested in. What stories can I tell that make people realize that Eastern Kentucky isn't one big stereotype? And neither are Eastern Kentuckians. And that's where thinking about being from here takes me. What if we stop talking about being from here and just be from here, but share that? Would that make a difference?